Good morning, people. What up, guys? Welcome to Born to Hustle. I'm your host, Charles Francis, helping you every day to make a living online. Now, I gotta be quiet because everybody's still sleeping, but I wanted to share with you guys how I made $1,000 in just 4 hours. I'll show you right after this. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Charles Francis. I started a side business about 2 years ago, and I was able to grow that business to last year ending up being about 30K more than my day job. And I was able to build that business in about 2 to 3, 4, 5 hours a night and on the weekends, and then be able to get up in the morning and do my 9 to 5, as most may say, even though it wasn't really 9 to 5. It was more like 8 to 8 or 8 to 7. Something like that. So I was able to build that business. I was able to end up making more than what I did at my day job. And I now want to take all that knowledge and give it to you guys and show you guys how to make extra money on the side to either help pad the income that you're making at your day job, or to eventually take over your day job if you don't like what you do or your day job. Now, one thing I will say is I want to apologize. I'm sitting out here by the pool because people are going to start waking up in a bit, and I wanted to make sure that I got some content out for you guys today. I'm sitting out here by the pool, and it seems like, yes, every time someone on YouTube wants to record, there's always some extra work or something going on in the background. So, of course, people just know when you're gonna record and they decide to make noise. So I'm just gonna try to get this video out regardless. One thing I wanted to say is, when you guys have a chance, check out shop.borntohustle.com and get yourself a hustle tee. We have plenty of tees for entrepreneurs, people who just love to hustle. So when you have a chance, check that out. But what we're here for is, yesterday, while we were traveling, I released a product, and within 4 hours, I was able to make $1,000 and sell out of the product. And that's the tips that I want to share with you guys here today. If you're new here, I help you every day to make a living online. And if this sounds like something that you're interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn on post notifications, and you'll always get awesome videos just like this one. Now let's jump into the tips. Tip number 1, make sure that you pick a niche that you're passionate about. Now, guys, I know a lot of people on YouTube will bring up like a dog niche or a cat niche. Guys, don't pick something that you think is successful. Pick something that you actually are passionate about, something that you actually love. Honestly, if you love lawnmowers, there is a niche for people that love lawnmowers. You're not the only person in the whole world that loves lawnmowers. So if your niche is, for some reason, lawnmowers, pick that as your niche, because that's what you're passionate about, right? And create designs, create merchandise around your passion, your niche. You can create any amount of products around any niche that you're passionate about, okay? So if you're passionate about lawnmowers, you can create product around lawnmowers. If you're passionate about, I don't know, NASCAR, you can create tons of stuff around NASCAR. Now, as much as possible, you want to stay out of copyright territory. So, don't just put certain NASCARs on your products or t-shirts or whatever the case may be. You can definitely create merchandise to be able to sell around whatever niche that you're very, very passionate about. That's honestly the only way that you're going to succeed. If you're not passionate about what you're doing or the niche that you're doing, you're not going to succeed at it. All right. So definitely tip number 1, pick a niche that you're passionate about. Tip number 2, design and never stop designing. Okay. Make sure that you guys don't get romantic with a design. I literally mean design, then move that to the side, design something else, move that to the side, design something else, move that to the side, design something else again, and move that to the side. And that is your process every day. Just create something, put it out. Create something else, put that out. Create something else, put that out. Just create product and put it out. Don't get romantic with any design, because no individual design really matters. Yes, you could have a design that did like what I did and sell out in 4 hours, right? But I spent the same amount of time that I spent on that design that did well in 4 hours is the same amount of time that I do on designs that don't sell out in 4 hours, right? Don't spend a crazy amount of time trying to perfect the design, because you don't necessarily know if it'll do well or not. So don't get romantic with individual designs that you're creating. One winning product could sell 100 okay selling products. You understand what I'm saying? So if you get romantic, right, and you allow that to cause you to not release products, you know what I mean? So you design one a month because you're just romantic with the idea of what you're doing. You want this lawnmower t-shirt or NASCAR t-shirt to be the best t-shirt ever. So you spend a month doing that one design. And let's just say you do one each month. You have 12 t-shirts in your store after 365 days have passed, compared to the guy or girl that took my advice and designed a shirt a day, right? Designed a shirt a day and a product a day, right? And put that product out. One winning design from you could sell 11 shirts, but one winning design from the person that put one out each day could sell 100 shirts. You understand what I'm saying? So getting to your goal of being able to sell a product out or make $1,000 in 4 hours, you're hurting yourself by getting romantic with each individual product. Don't get romantic. Tip number 3, check your fears at the door. I don't care if you fail 100 times. Never stop. Okay? I don't care if you designed 100 t-shirts. I don't care if you designed 200 t-shirts. I don't care if you designed 365 t-shirts. Yeah, that means I don't care if you've designed a shirt a day for a whole year, okay? I don't care. Check your fears at the door. Do not let that deter you from your dream, okay? Make sure that you keep going. You keep going. You keep going. I guarantee you that if you are actually passionate about it, and people can see your passion through your designs, and people can see your passion through your hustle, right? The way that you're putting it out on social media, talking about it everywhere. People can see that passion. I guarantee you that you will make sales. Okay? Check your fears at the door and continue to push. Continue to hustle. Continue to make moves. Okay? Failure only does one thing. It breeds success. You understand what I'm saying? Failure creates success. Right? Without failure, you'll have nothing to learn from. Tip number 4, build a brand and not just another online store. Building a brand is building a community. Be sure to reply, repost, and engage with customers who already own your product and potential customers who want to own your product. When you build an online store with no community around it, you won't see repeat sales or crazy amounts of word of mouth because there's no community actually talking about your product, right? When you go out and build a brand and you start showing people your products or behind the scenes or having polls for them to vote on, you're building a community, right? You're letting them feel like the next product that you put out, they're a part of that, right? They help build it. Maybe it is something where they're voting and they're voting on the color of like a t-shirt that you want to put out, right? Or they're voting on 2 variations of a design. I've done that a few times, right? The more that you have your community involved and a part of what you're building, the more that they will be there when you release the products to be able to purchase. You understand? So definitely brand building versus online shop. Like everybody has an online shop. You know how many people are going to follow my how to build a brand from the ground up and just build another online store without actually doing the work to build a brand? You guys got to make sure that you build a brand and not just a store. Don't just build a store. Okay, fine. I put up my Shopify. I put some designs on the store. Boom. How come I'm not making any sales? Well, you need a brand. You need a community. That's why you're not making any sales. So, tip number 4, make sure you build a brand and not just an online store. Tip number 5, don't get too comfortable. What I like to compare tip number 5 to is MySpace. You guys remember MySpace? Do you still have a MySpace? You know why? By the way, the answer was no. You don't still have a MySpace. Cut it out. Actually, you know, that's funny. If you still have a MySpace, let me know in the comments below. I would love to know if you still have a MySpace. I just really want to know what you do with MySpace right now, right? But let me know if you have a MySpace in the comments below. But don't be MySpace, guys. Don't be MySpace, okay? MySpace got comfortable because they were the big dogs at, you know, whatever year that was. They were the big dogs. And trust me, I had a MySpace. I know I used to make a lot of money with MySpace, actually, because I'm a developer. For those who don't know, I'm a web developer and graphic designer. So I used to design people's MySpace pages, like for companies. Record labels would pay me businesses would pay me to design their company MySpace page. And I made a lot of money with MySpace because of what you could do with it. Facebook came along and disrupted the whole scene of social media, okay? And at first, we all just tried to ignore it, especially me, because you couldn't design on Facebook. I mean, you still really can't design on Facebook like how you could do on MySpace back in the day. So a lot of us tried to ignore it and just kind of hoped it would go away, including MySpace, by the way. They tried to ignore it and think it would just go away, but it didn't. And eventually it became obsolete to Facebook. And that's because Facebook, and we've all heard it, guys. I think a lot of you maybe have done it. But whenever Facebook makes a change, which they did constantly, especially back in the day, they would do it constantly. And I know every time they would do it, it would be a plethora of messages on Facebook. Oh my God, Facebook made this change. Facebook made that change. Facebook made this change. Oh my gosh. And it would be a lot of complaining about the changes that Facebook makes. Okay. And honestly, I mean, they don't want to be MySpace. Facebook knows what it had. It knows how to stay relevant, and it's still relevant today, right? So they didn't want to become MySpace. So my tip for number 5 is don't get too comfortable, guys, right? Don't be a one-dimensional company, okay? Don't put out like just one product and then you maybe see a little bit of success with that, or maybe you don't see any success at all. But don't put out just one product and then that's your business, right? Let's just say you sell, going back to our lawnmower example, right? Let's just say like you're in the lawnmower niche, right? You like lawnmowers, you like all types of lawnmowers, and you put out product based on lawnmowers, right? Don't just get comfortable maybe say making t-shirts, right? How about eventually coming out with collectibles? How about eventually coming out with enamel pins? How about eventually making stickers or decals for your lawnmower, posters? Guys, don't be 1D, be 40D, okay? Don't get too comfortable being one-dimensional. Try your hardest to become a 40-dimensional, 80-dimensional company, okay? Make different types of stuff. Don't be afraid to try things. That's, kind of going back to what we were talking about being afraid. Don't be afraid to try things. Just put it out. I kid you not, I worked for a company once. They had a music artist, and they made a toilet seat cover with the music artist's face on it. I kid you not. But I respected the hustle. I respected it. I don't even know what that product did in terms of success or not, but it didn't matter. They were hustlers, and I respect that. Just put product out, okay? Don't be one-dimensional. Be multi-dimensional in coming up with product ideas and releasing products. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone, because literally that could be the difference between making $100 that day or nothing, or $1,000 a day or more. So don't be afraid to step out of that comfort zone and create different types of stuff. It doesn't matter what it is, create it. Come up with pillows. And I'm telling you, I don't care what your niche is. Come up with pillows, right? Put a lawnmower on a pillow and sell it. For tip number 6, you guys are going to need to build an email list. An email list is so powerful. An email list definitely played a role in me securing $1,000 within 4 hours. What if Facebook goes down today? It could happen. What if Instagram goes down today? It could happen. Twitter, it could happen. What if all the social media websites go down today? I mean, there's no MySpace right now, right? So back then, if you were to build your brand on MySpace, where would you be right now if you didn't have anything to follow up with a customer of yours or a potential client of yours? What would you have right now, right? Build an email list. It is extremely important to build an email list. What played a key role in that $1,000 in 4 hours is that as soon as you hit send on your email list, they're going to get hit with the new product. They don't got to be surfing through Instagram, right? And this if they don't have post notifications turned on, or if they don't have notifications turned on any social network that they're on. They don't have to be there. Their email will notify them as soon as it comes through that you have a new product out. The most common way to build an email list is to offer a discount, right? So if you're a merchandiser, right, you create merchandise, give 10% off, give 15% off of a first purchase, get an email in exchange for that, right? It's free. You're giving them 15% off. You just want a way to contact your potential customers or return customers, right? You want to be able to contact people who maybe have not made a purchase yet or who will make a purchase in the future. right? Every time you drop a new product, you contact them. You send out an email, because especially with and I know a lot of us have heard this, the Instagram algorithm messing up, showing potential customers your posts, you want to be able to give them or your customers or anybody access to your content, your merchandise. You want to make sure that they have access to everything that you are releasing and putting out. So build up an email list. You can do this there's tons of services out there. There will be a link in the description to sign up for MailChimp. It's the one that I use. It's the one that I've been making money with for a very long time. And get your email list built, put it out on social media, add a link to the navigation bar on your homepage saying get 10% off, get 15% off. You can just say that. You don't even have to be like off your first purchase in the navigation bar. Just get 10% off, right? They click it on that page, you give them the full information. It's 10% off your first purchase with whatever your company name is, Lawnmowers Deluxe or Lawnmowers USA, something like that, and build up that email list. I'm telling you, that is the most important thing, and it will be your strongest asset when you're building your brand, and it'll be your strongest asset in making $1,000 in 4 hours. All right, so I couldn't decide which is more important out of these last two tips, but for tip number 7, if you haven't paid attention to anything else that I've said this whole video, tip number 7 and tip number 8 are extremely important. Tip number 7 is customer service is king. I'm gonna say it one more time. Customer service is king. Without catering to your customers, you won't create repeat customers. First of all, repeat customers are cheaper to acquire and reacquire than it is to acquire first-time customers, which is what some people call cold leads versus warm leads. And warm is warmed up to your company, your brand, they've already purchased. So that's one aspect. But outside of that aspect, it's just easier to turn a one-time customer into a repeat customer, and it's easier to turn a repeat customer into another repeat customer. Also, repeat customers can help you get more customers. Make sure that you take care of your customer. Freshdesk, I'll link that in the description below as well. But I use Freshdesk to keep track of all the customers. So when they email me at customer service at, let's just say, Lawnmowers USA, customer service at lawnmowersusa.com, a customer emails you, or they write you on social media, because that is another place where customers reach out. So they write you on social media, they email you onto your customer service email. If you get an email talking to you about like, hey, I got your shirt, but there was a mark on the shirt, or hey, the print is a little off, immediately address that customer. One time I got an email from a customer. 2 minutes later, I emailed the customer back. They immediately responded, was like, whoa, you guys emailed me so quick, and immediately spent another $100 in the store. Don't be afraid to give away discount codes, right? If you guys made a mistake as a business owner, or maybe it's not even your fault, but it is your fault, and I'll explain what that means, right? We do print on demand here. Like, I don't actually press this and print it at my establishment, right? This is something that's outsourced, right, and printed. Let's just say the print was off and a customer contacted me and said, hey, the print is off. I can't say, go blame Printify. That ain't me, right? I can't say that. That's me, right? I gotta take the responsibility. I'm like, okay, hey, thank you for reaching out to us. I'll be happy to help you out today. I'm very sorry about that. We'll go ahead and get that swapped out for you, absolutely. On a back channel, you reach out to Printify, hit them up about their mistake, deal with that as an owner. In the meantime, I'd like to, you don't always have to do this, by the way, because you don't want people to expect this from you. But in the meantime, we want to apologize depending on how bad the mess up was. We want to apologize and offer you 10% off on our store for the inconvenience. Especially if you have them sending something back to you, or they got to wait, or let's just say, oh, it was a birthday gift and now I won't have the gift in time for their birthday party or the event or whatever the case may be. Oh, we're extremely sorry. Feel free to take 25% off of your next purchase, and also include this as a part of their gift. Just be thoughtful, care. Show people that you care. When you show people that you care, you show customers or potential customers that you care, you'll create repeat customers and one-time customers that will eventually be repeat customers because they know and see that you care. Guys, customer service is extremely key. I would love to run the analytics and numbers on how many of that $1,000 in that 4 hours was repeat customers. I know for sure it was a lot, because I looked at the customer, and over 2.5 years, 3 years, I know names now. I know customer names now, and I see repeat customers. I mean, there's people that have spent $8,000, $10,000 in my store, just that customer. And we sell low ticket items. You know, we sell $15 items, $12 items. So for them to spend that type of money over 2 years, we must be doing something right. And honestly, customer service is a huge part of that. Tip number 8, the very last tip, just start. That's tip number 8. Just start. A lot of people watch these how-to business videos for months and years, and how I made $1,000 in a day, how I made $100,000 this month, how I made this, how much I made on YouTube, how much I made here. Guys, you can watch all these how-to videos your whole life. You'll never make $1 unless you take action. So tip number 8 is to just start. Go back from the top, pick your niche, build your brand, just start. Get started. Design your first product and get started. So just as a quick recap, you want to pick a niche that you're passionate about. You want to design and never stop. Don't get romantic with the design. Just get it out there. Design, get it out there. Design, get it out there. You want to check your fears at the door. Don't be afraid to try something new. There's many a times where you try something new, and that's the thing that ends up making you explode in business. So don't be afraid to try something new. Make sure that you build a brand, build a community, and not just an online store. Reply, repost, and engage with customers. It's the most important part of brand building, not just store building. You don't want a store, you don't want an online shop. You want a brand. Don't get too comfortable. Don't be the MySpace of your niche, okay? And I'm not picking on MySpace, but it's facts. Don't be the MySpace of your niche. Make sure that you build an email list, because having your customers always accessible to you via email and not at the mercy of someone's algorithm is extremely important. Take care of your customers. Customer service is king. And lastly, get started. When you're done watching this video, go create your first product. And if you're on your 30th product, go create your 31st product. Go get started. If this video helped you guys, drop a like. If this is your first time here, or if you haven't yet, hit subscribe button. What are you waiting for? I'm giving you guys golden tips here, okay? If you like this kind of stuff, or you like making money online, you like motivation and info like this, hit the post notification bell so that you're notified about more videos just like this one. I gotta go figure out how I'm gonna make $1,000 tomorrow. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.